Our next speaker is Jay Morrison. He is in the Advanced Communication Manual, humorously speaking. This is speech number 5. Is it 5 to 7 minutes?
5 to 7 minutes.
Okay. He asked this question: have you ever had the desire to change who you really are? He did have the chance, but it wasn't really by choice. And this is his story. Welcome, Jay.
July 15th, 1976, the most insignificant day in history. That was the day that a group in Pasadena, California decided to get together and actively and aggressively be lazy and eat junk food. They called themselves the Couch Potatoes, and that's where the term couch potato came from. I was their poster child. In my younger days, I made a career basically out of being lazy, and I was excellent at my job. The tough part was I couldn't figure out what to do on my day off. I couldn't lay around because that was my job. And I had a mother, a non-progressive mother, who did not accept me for my lifestyle. She had this crazy idea that kids needed exercise. But try as I might, I could not convince her otherwise. Now, in fairness, there were activities that I enjoyed and was quite good at. Sleeping and watching TV. And I could not convince her that a full day of these activities was a very good routine for me. She just was not going to be convinced. So she went dictator on me and forced me to sign up for the community swim team. Now, this was a big change in my life. My routine was now broken up several nights a week by being forced into the car and taken down to swim practice. On top of that, I lost my Saturdays. I couldn't watch cartoons anymore because I had to go to swim meets. And not only did I have to sit around all day waiting for my ride, I ended up getting eliminated in the first or second race. Now, the reason for that is the preliminary rounds in a swim meet are usually the qualifying rounds for later meets. Well, you see, I'm coming off a career as a couch potato, and I'm getting eliminated very quick in these swim meets. So it wasn't really the best experience for me. This went on all season. And then came my life-changing event. It was the last meet of the season. We were going up against a team that had not won a meet the entire season. Our team had not won a meet the entire season. And I actually had not won a race the entire season. So this was a battle for me to win a race, which means not coming dead last. And it was the championship for second to last place. Well, the meet started, and I had my normal results. And actually, later in the meet, I found myself in a consolation round. That's the politically correct term for loser's bracket. But something was different this time. I noticed there was another swimmer in there that had run, I watched swim in a previous heat. And I saw him get totally lapped by another swimmer. And I knew that when I went against that same swimmer, I only got beat by half a lap. So I did the math. I thought, I can take this guy. I can take this guy. So I had a new hope, a little more ambition, a little bit of adrenaline maybe, a little rush. I thought, wow, I got my chance. I can win a race, which means not come in last. So on the way up to the blocks, I'm getting all pumped. Getting on the blocks, and you hear the runners or swimmers to your marks. So I get up there, and I bend over, get my normal stance for flopping under, getting in the entrance into the water. And I bend over, and get ready, and I'm looking at my waist, and I notice that my little Speedo untied. And I knew there was about a 2-second time lap here for me to think about what to do. And the gun went off. And in that time, I did contemplate a plan. I knew that although I had not studied physics in college yet, I had an intuitive feel for it. And I thought, I know that I'm going to hit a body of water going this way. There's an equal and opposite force coming the other way, and my swimsuit's going to be going with that equal and opposite. So I'll spread my legs apart as far as I can. Well, and it worked. It worked. Underwater. Boom. And the swimsuit was still on. I quickly realized, though, that you really can't swim with your legs spread apart. So I began to swim. I thought, I got to figure something out here. And I put my legs together, and I could feel my chances of winning my race slowly slip away. And the same could be said of my little Speedo. So I had to invent something else, which was good, because I learned something new that day. I learned, first of all, what it feels like to swim in a public pool naked. Any of you ever? or you already know, right? Anyway, I learned that. I also learned a new stroke. I had to invent a new stroke. It was called the free stroke pull-up. Just like a free stroke, except every third stroke is 100%. That worked too, except for the fact that, try as I might, that once more pathetic swimmer than me inched away. Slowly inched away and beat me by just less than an arm's length. Which they went to the replay and saw that he did one. No, they didn't have TVs back then. Anyway, I got with the coach, and it was probably the most abstruse race that he had ever seen. And he had a bewildered look on his face. I had no idea what to tell him. He kind of said, not sure, looked like somebody kind of threw you off the block at the beginning, and I've never seen this before, but for some reason your arm was stuck, there was a long awkward pause, and then he said, but good job anyway. Well, the ride home was long. I learned, first of all, my career as a swimmer was over. I also thought, maybe a little bit more ambition, drive, preparation. I thought, I'm so far at the bottom, I can have dramatic results with that. I think I might give that a try. And I walked in the door at home, thought about my normal routine, turn the TV on, flop on the couch. But for some reason, that couch just wasn't quite as appealing.
Mike, can you come up and award them the gavel?
Oh. No, we did this. I guess we have a few new people here. If you don't know what the Traveling Gavel is, this is an opportunity for members to speak in different clubs. And we have a little game where you steal the gavel and take it to your own club. So Jay came and spoke from the Utah Valley Club, and now he has earned the right to take the gavel back to Utah Valley. Congratulations.